I hear the same thing over and over and over again in my community, and that is, I don't know how to build a funnel and I don't have time, even if I did. So, I want to show you in this video that it doesn't take nearly as much time as you think, and it doesn't have to be that complicated either. So, I'm going to do this in real time, and I'm going to show you exactly how I build a funnel from start to finish, including making the lead magnet, making the landing page, connecting it all together with my CRM. And I'm going to put a timer on screen so you see exactly how long it all takes. So before I start, here's what we need. We need some sort of AI tool. I'm using ChatGPT. We need a page that will build a landing page, whether it's your website. I'm going to be using lead pages. And then we need our CRM. And we need either Canva or Google Docs. I'm going to demonstrate using Google Docs. So let's start the timer and let's go. All right. First things first, we're going to go over to ChatGPT. And what I'm going to do is say, I would like to make a free PDF download that I could put on my real estate website. I'm a realtor in Savannah. I'm trying to attract leads. What are 20 different things that people are Googling? Now, I'm not going to show you this entire thing. I'm going to speed it up and just narrate over the top so that you're not watching it in actual time. We're going to speed it up. So now I am just brainstorming with ChatGPT and I like to dictate. I find that I can speak so much faster than I can type, and it really gets me into the flow of collaborating with another person who is ChatGPT. So if you just put your cursor into the bar where you'd type in all of your instructions and hit the microphone, it lets you talk to it instead. If you have that feature available to you, I don't know if everybody does, but I use it almost exclusively. It just is way, way faster. So here I am brainstorming, what are we going to put in this guide? We've come up with what the purpose of it is. I want to attract sellers. Okay, what should the title be? And we're going back and forth trying to come up with a good title for the thing. And then we say, okay, what am I going to include in this guide? Now, remember, this is not your thesis. This does not need to be 35 pages long. It needs to just be 5 or 10 tips with a headline for each tip and then a couple of paragraphs of information. The idea is that we want to make it very valuable, but we also want to make it so that they can read the entire thing in a single sitting and then leave them wanting more. We want to wet their whistle so that they say, this was good, but now I have 10 more questions. I'm just going to call this person or reply to their email and ask my questions. So again, here I am just going back and forth, trying to come up with exactly what am I going to put in this document to make it valuable. And I also want to plant in their mind that I am a realtor and I can help them. So when we're talking about the various tips that are within this guide, we're just going to say things like, I've sold hundreds of properties over the course of my career. I had a client, this happened to them. One time we had this problem, and here is how we solved it. We're trying to seed the idea that I am an agent in your area and I can help you do this. Now that it's all done, we need to make it into a pretty looking document. And in this example, I'm using Google Docs. I just went to docs.google.com, opened up all of their templates, picked one that looked good. And now I'm just going to start replacing all of the placeholders. So the little heart at the top obviously is where your logo would go. I'm assuming you have it saved on your computer. You just go in there and you replace the heart with your logo. Then you grab those little sizing handles to make it bigger or smaller. And then we just go back and forth between ChatGPT and we copy and paste. If you paste in the headline and it's gigantic, you can make the font smaller. If you paste in the subheadline and it doesn't look good, we can fix it. We're going to replace the photo that was the placeholder. And in this example, I did a Google search, but then I went to the tools and I filtered it for anything that is labeled as Creative Commons. As I understand it, if it's labeled as Creative Commons, it means it's fair game. You're allowed to use it without penalty. So that's what I did. You could always use a photo that you find in Canva. You could use a photo that you find in Adobe Stock or any of those paid services. But for this example, I just Googled it and I made sure that it was labeled as Creative Commons. And then I'm just copying and pasting from my Chat GPT. So as you copy and paste, sometimes the formatting will get a little off. It's fine. We just go in and we change the spacing. We make the font bigger. We make the font smaller. We change the font altogether. We just go back and forth, copying and pasting. My methodology is to typically do all the copy and pasting first, and then we'll go refine it at the end. I don't want to obsess over spacing and margins and all of that stuff right now. Right now, I just want to get all of the copy from ChatGPT into this document. You could easily have done this in Canva and made it look much more fabulous, but I kind of wanted to show how simple this can be because nobody's going to download this document and then critique your graphic design skills. They're getting the document because they want the written word. They want all of the answers that you're putting in there. And I think this looks perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a document that has a picture on the front and maybe a picture on the last page and just a bunch of text in the middle. It's perfectly fine. People tend to overthink this part and think that it needs to be some gorgeously designed document. And I would argue that that's not true. The information in this document is every bit as valuable as if I were to make it in Canva. So if you want to make it in Google Docs, go for it. And then the very end, we've got a little button there where you could say something like, click here to schedule a call with me. And if you use Calendly or any sort of scheduling tool, you could link that. Because remember, when we export this as a PDF, if there is a hyperlink on that button, it will be clickable. So if they open it as a PDF, they can click. So here we go in, we edit, where are they going to go? We might have to change the color so that it shows up well, and then we just hyperlink it to whatever your scheduling tool is. The last thing we're going to do is take a screenshot of the cover of this guide and save it as a JPEG. Then we're going to create our landing page. Now, if you are a Lead Pages user, I will share my template with you. All you have to do is open my template in Lead Pages. You go in where the logo is and you're going to insert your logo instead. You just click on it, you browse for where it is saved on your computer, you insert it. You can say, well, it's too small. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it smaller. Let's center it, whatever it is you want to do. Then we go back to the chat, copy the title, paste the title. You're going to go back and forth, copying and pasting until it says exactly what you want it to say. I need to upload the screenshot of the front of the guide that I just made. So I'm going to go upload, find that screenshot that I took, and then I'm going to insert it here. Once it is uploaded, I can change the size of it. So if I say that's too big, that's too small, I can center it, all of those things. Now let's work on the form. So the button on the form should say something like, give me my guide. I want my resource. Don't just have it say submit or, get guide. Make it an action word, make it in first person, and then change the name of the form. You are going to get an email that says you have a new lead. We want to know where they came from. They downloaded the Biggest Money Wasters guide. These are all of the different CRMs that natively integrate with Lead Pages. There are many, many more, but we don't even have to connect it to our CRM. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So we are either going to send them to a page that says, thank you, go check your email, or we can send them to the page in Google Drive where they would download the guide immediately. So you've made this beautiful guide. You're going to download it as a PDF. Then you're going to put it in Google Drive and share it so that when you share the link, they go right to that page in Google Drive and can download it. So I'm still just trying to perfect the way that this thing looks before I move on. But I'm going to download it as a PDF, and then I'm going to put it in my Google Drive so that I can share it to anybody that wants to get it. So here I am going to my Google Drive. I'm deciding where I'm going to put it. I have a folder of nothing but free lead magnets that people can download. And this is what it would look like when they come to that page. So you're going to hit share, viewer, copy the link. Anyone with the link can view it. Not anyone with the link can edit it. And then paste that URL into this form right here. Your third option is you can add a lead magnet directly into lead pages. So if we say, I want to create a new lead magnet, who is the sender? What is the from email address? What is the subject line? What is the link text? Download here. What is the link of the document? So we'd put in that Google Drive link that we just made, and then we write our email. Thank you so much for requesting your Biggest Money Wasters guide. Here you go. You can write whatever you want in the message of the email. And then we're going to make sure that it's got a really good subject line so that people will open it when it arrives. And then we're going to go test it because we need to always, always, always go test this thing and make sure that it works. So after we're completely done, we're going to give it a URL. So it'll be like your website / money wasters. Stop wasting money. Give it something simple. It's not overly long. It doesn't have 3 million hyphens in it. Something that's easy for you to copy and then share. And then paste it into a new tab and fill out the form as a test. So I fill out everything all the time as Karin testing. And that way, when it comes into my CRM, it all goes under the same contract record. And if by chance the customer service people see it, they know that it's just me testing it. So let's go fill it out. I'm going to say testing or Karin testing. I'm going to put in a valid email because I want to see what happens. What do I receive? And this is where it goes. Immediately, it's going to the Google Drive where I've uploaded this document. Great. It worked exactly the way that I wanted it to. If I had said I want it to do the lead magnet instead, it would send me an email saying, here is your free guide. So now we just have to go check our email and make sure you were notified that you have a new lead. And lo and behold, we do. We see the form that they opted in on. We have all of their contact information. And now you can follow up with your brand new lead. We made the lead magnet, we made the landing page, and we made the follow-up email. And that was the entire thing from start to finish. Now, could I make a longer email follow-up sequence? Yes, of course. But right now, I just need to deliver them the information because when I get the email saying you have a new lead, now I have their email address. And with any luck, I also get their phone number. So I can follow up with them immediately. This is step number one. If you want to then create an email follow-up sequence that will go for 2 more months, by all means, go ahead, but start with email number one. We are at a whopping 34 minutes total. So I know that you can do this. I know that it doesn't take nearly as long as you think that it will. You just got to get started. Now, I have so many resources that can make this easier for you. Number one, if you want to try lead pages as your landing page solution, I will put the link down below. You can do a free trial of it. It's very affordable. I think it starts at $37 a month if you pay for the whole year. Otherwise, it's like $50 a month if you go month to month. And then you can use my template. I will share that template with you. You open it in your lead pages account and you just modify what I've already made instead of starting from scratch. Number two, if you don't want to write your own lead magnet, I have 24 of them that I've already made that are fully written. They're already designed. The only thing you have to do is open it in Canva and drop your contact information in, but they're ready to use. So if you want to use some shortcuts, there's nothing wrong with that. By all means do. And by doing that, you'll save yourself so much time. So if I can build a funnel with at least one follow-up email in half an hour, I guarantee, can you do it in an hour? Yes. Could you do it in 2 hours? 100%. Could you do it in half a day? Let's say it took you 4 hours to set this all up because you're not as familiar with the software. It takes you a little bit longer to do the things. If it made you a $10,000 commission, would it be worth 4 hours of your time? What if it made you a $10,000 commission 10 different times? What if you made $100,000 in GCI from 4 hours spent building this funnel? Would it be worth it? I hope you're saying yes. Yes, it would. So now we have a great lead magnet and a great looking landing page that will convert at a very high level if we can get people to that page. How do we do that? YouTube videos. YouTube is by far my favorite platform. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to challenge you to make YouTube videos for the next 90 days and watch the way it completely transforms your business.